Jimmy Akena has continued to show his strategy on how he was trying to dislodge General Kaguta Museveni. He came out to give a plan that he was planning to take away the vote basket of the northern region so that he can create a 50+1 vote, so that General Museveni can be denied the 50+1 vote. And my thought is it can be done because that's how politics is. For example, in Kenya, they ally according to regions and tribes. For a person to get power, he must ally with others. And the only two political players who can get a regional vote basket is Bobi Wine and Jimmy Akena, depending on the representation. I've not put Nadala Mafabi on the list because Nadala Mafabi has not shown us that in this election he must show us that he can get the Far Eastern vote as a bloc. I'll put him on the list. So Jimmy Akena came out to talk about the strategy. In fact, he said these statements.
When I asked your question, what went wrong, you actually said that you found out that there are people both inside and outside who did not want you on the presidential ballot. What did you find out?
Inside, there are those who are driven by jealousy. They don't have any strong valid reason. They try to claim some moral grounds which are not even a part of the disputes which are going on in UPC. There are those who are just malicious. Externally, there are those who are looking at the big picture. They look about how my candidature can affect the overall outcomes. And the time when I started my process in this round to prepare for this election, my target was to create an environment where we don't get a 50+1 in the first round.
50+1?
Yes, that was the target.
So you were working towards a rerun?
A rerun. But also, before the rerun, you have to have an honest conversation. You have to know where things stand. So I wanted us as Ugandans to know what is our actual strength. And in politics, every 5 years, you go for renewal to see what is your strength. And to see whether the people are still behind you or, you know, whatever direction. So we go into the 2026 election, we'll know where we stand. If it is a rerun, it will be the top two candidates going for a rerun. Now we have to realign ourselves within that context. But mine has always been the conversation of the future of Uganda. I think we can have a more honest conversation when we know our actual strength.
So your strategy was a rerun. Let's go back to that. So who could be afraid of that?
There's one candidate who was declared to get 58% in the last round.
58%?
Yes.
Well, let me see. President Museveni got 58%.
Exactly.
Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and
Yeah.
Robert Kyagulanyi got 35%.
Exactly.
So it's Museveni who is scared of you, or about Jimmy Akena?
When you do the maths, in the 2021 election, 10% is roughly 1.1 million votes, based on that election. Can I garner 1 million votes? I think very well, very possible. Where will I garner and who will lose the votes? Where the votes likely to come from? So when you do the extrapolation of the maths on areas of influence, definitely President Museveni and his team would be concerned about my candidature. Because I have a strong base and I'm able to maintain my base. So that is around the areas where I would see the concerns coming from.
Where is your strong base, Honorable Jimmy Akena?
Obviously, where I've been representing. I've been a member of parliament for 4 terms. But in all these 4 terms, I've campaigned in the sub-region. Beginning 2006, I campaigned for UPC candidates across the board. Every election, I've campaigned across the board. So I've built a network, I've built a following, and I've been on the national stage for the last 20 years. So I do expect I'll be able to garner sufficient votes. That was the first target. Beyond the first target, we started developing beyond that one. We started also mapping constituencies which we are likely to take. So our entering this election, we're not entering blind. We're entering prepared, looking at the vulnerabilities, looking at the possibilities, and preparing for those specifically. I'm not shooting in the dark and just hoping for the best. This was a deliberate, organized campaign. We set goals and also to tackle serious political questions and economic questions which have befallen the people of Uganda. So it's not just the mapping or the voting, but also the serious issues which we want in the forefront of the conversation as we head to 2026.
All right. Let's now assume that you're not nominated Jimmy Akena, but you still want to affect the future of this country. I'm assuming that you wanted to run and therefore you are opposed to President Yoweri Museveni. And some people have been asking, if Jimmy Akena is not running for president, who is he likely to support among the nominated candidates?
At this stage, I am struggling for my nomination. There's no way I'm giving my support to anyone but myself. But while I'm also looking for my nomination at the presidential level, I will work tooth and nail to support my candidates down ballot. That is from Parliament across the board. I will be doing everything I can to boost their chances of election. But I am fighting for my nomination. I have not given up. The matter is still in court. There's matters that we're still going to try to address them through any means possible to be on the ballot.
And that's what I've said, assuming.
I will not assume at this stage. I will tackle it when I cross that bridge if it happens that they deny me. But up to this point, up to tomorrow, I am fighting to be on the ballot.
Well, you seem to portray that picture that it has to be about you.
It's not about me.
And some people will say probably that's the reason why UPC is in wrangles, because you have not accepted the fact that they are your colleagues within this political party who also have equal right to compete for the presidency of the party, to contribute to the growth of the party. Somebody will say you are inward looking to the extent that you cannot support another presidential candidate because you think it should be you.
Which presidential candidate is this one?
Well, there are 8 presidential candidates nominated.
No, but you're saying I'm looking inward on the party. Now you're telling me 8 presidential candidates. Is any of those 8 candidates UPC?
No, they are not, but I'm just saying you're portraying a picture where it has to be you, on which me.
Are any of those 8 candidates going to carry forward the UPC message? Are they going to be able to deliver what UPC wants to put to the people of Uganda? I don't believe so. We in the UPC are the right people to present our case. When we present our case, the people will decide. That judgment sticks with us for the next 5 years. That's what I'm saying, that what comes out of this election, we'll have to work with for the next 5 years. The composition of parliament, the parties, the strength of the parties is determined in this election. There are also issues which happen, the use of money, the use of force, the use of maybe security apparatus, which may affect the results. But I want to have that conversation with the people of Uganda. And I want the people of Uganda to pronounce themselves on what I present to them.
All right.
Now, that is not something which is for the EC to deal with. It is not something for other political players. I should have the right to present my case to the people. People must have the right to determine from amongst those who presented their cases what they stand for. And then we move from there.
All right. Not so long.
That is Jimmy Akena. And if you ask me, I can say that it is possible for General Museveni to be taken out of power. Such things are supposed to be played. In fact, General Museveni is beating us in our own game. General Museveni can go in the northern region and appoint Nobatama, who is DP. He's trying to create alliances. He can go in Lango sub-region and appoint the First Lady as a minister. So he's creating a semblance of working together with other regions. It is the fact. Yes, as the opposition, we are failing on that. I keep on telling people that since Bobi Wine is our leader, what if he works with Jimmy Akena in the Lango sub-region? Because Jimmy Akena is a force to reckon up with, and also get other power centers in other regions. That could be a very good tactic to take General Museveni home, because it can be possible. So for Jimmy Akena coming out to say that is the plan, I think it is attainable. Of course, that's my opinion. Remain yours truly, Mr. Makindi, Kabye Sulaiman Mawaga, the next MP for Makindi East constituency. I'll see you on another one. Peace.